Okay, first things first, I am all the way confused about which episode this is. Is this really episode number 5 or is this episode number 6? Like totally, utterly confused. Okay, because I watch it on the app. Okay, and it's like 116 right now, but I only have 5 episodes recorded. Y'all help me out. Your girl Talisa Rae. What's up? How you doing? Ray of Sunshines. We are reviewing Ready to Love season number 2, episode number 5 or 6, whichever one is best. I'm not really sure. Love on the Rocks. When the episode opens up, we see the ladies at the wine bar with Tommy. Honey, and I just want to say, Kimber, orange suits you. Probably like a golden yellow would suit you too, but you are rocking the everlasting fuck out of that dress. Okay, they are now called the Sexy Six, which is appropriately named. These women are gorgeous. I mean, they could have been the tantalizing 10, who knows, in the beginning, but nevertheless they look good. Tommy pretty much says, hey, listen, the power is back in your court. We are eliminating one guy this week. And so I'm going to task you with something. I know that there are a few of you that likes the same man. Let's figure out what it is. Let's start asking the hard questions. Let's figure out exactly what they want. And I'm looking like, oh, okay. I mean, because some of these women have already been starting to make their intentions known a little bit too on the possessive side, if you ask me. And I'm specifically speaking of Divine, but let's keep going. We see Divine in London. She has invited him over to her abode. Now listen, I didn't know that this was their first date. Like their first one-on-one date. Did you? And so I'm kind of feeling some kind of way that their first actual one-on-one date, outside of like the meet and greets, outside of the group settings or what barbecues and mixers and whatnot, that this is the first time that they've actually had real one-on-one time together. Not on the side, but like one-on-one. Because if you talking all the time, every day, all day, by now, I feel like you should have been gone on a date. Nevertheless, what do I know? I'm single as fuck, okay? And evidently I'm not following whatever rules are set out here in this young world. So let's see what happens, because she invites him in to her home. She looks nice. Her house, the part of it that we can see, seems very mature and adult. I mean, that's the kind of house that you should have when you're 40-something years old. And he says, let's toast. And she's like, to what? To my birthday. And when I first saw that, I said, girl, you didn't know that it was his birthday? Oh, this ain't a good look. This ain't a good look. Well, as we continued on, she started asking the tough questions, looking for answers like Tommy had advised her. But before she got to asking the real questions, she breaks out these chocolate-covered strawberries. And baby, I'm looking like, is this appropriate? Is this too sexual for their first date in her home? Like, it's really feeling intimate. Are you about to give up the cookies? Now listen, I don't care what you do. It's your body. You can be sexually liberated all you want. I'm not here to judge you, but the rest of the world is, and you know what's happening. You got to be prepared for the backlash. We don't know what happened after them cameras cut off. Well, we find out that she's not a serial dater. She makes commitments, hard, fast commitments to be in relationships, and that's why it's kind of hard for her, at least the way I'm reading it, is that it's hard for her to really adjust to the fact that he's dating someone else. And so she brings it up. She asks the tough questions, gets the answers like Tommy told her to do, okay? Ayo, do you like Alexis? How do you feel about Alexis? Ayo, you gonna need to choose. He, is visibly uncomfortable with her questioning. He even vocalizes is that, hey, whoa, this isn't what I was expecting. I was just coming expecting to have a good time. And if any of these people have seen the show previously, they should know that things are amplified, move quickly. You're cramming, 6 months of dating into 10 weeks. So for him to be taken aback by this means he didn't watch season 1, okay? I don't know, because I would be prepared if I went on there, okay? I'm just going to be honest. I would be prepared for the fast pace, for the competition. And I really feel like he just said what she wanted him to say, which was, you know, you my ride or die. He said, so she was like, so that's me? It's us? Me and you? And he said yes. When in actuality, he seems to, under the pressure, under the microscope of divine, he seems to be a loss for words. For her to have said previously that he isn't going to just tell somebody something just to make them feel good has turned out to be a lie. Because each time she has pressured him, he has said what she wanted him to say versus what he needed to say. I just feel like he should have been honest in this moment and said, I'm still putting my feelers out, but I really do enjoy your company, divine. Fellas, let me tell you something. It is better to be honest about your intentions than to lie and later have us feeling foolish and looking stupid, because baby, I'm gonna tell you the truth, we don't want no part of it. Let's keep going. We see Jimmy and Alexis. She invites Jimmy out to have a bite to eat because she's like, you know what? I do have a lot of options. She is playing this right. She is the only woman with several options. And their conversation at first seemed like maybe it was going to go well, that maybe that they were going to vibe, until they started talking about children. And she started talking about that she wanted 3. He already has a child, only wants 1 more. And he's now in the place where he just wants to go ahead and travel. And he's like, well, what about the kids? What are we going to do with them? She's like, take them with us. Get a nanny. And for her, it feels like he don't have his shit together. That his ducks aren't in a row. That he's not in a place where they can afford to take their children on lavish vacations along with the nanny. Honey, I did like the fact that Alexis let it be known, like, evidently Jimmy's a texter, okay? Because she was like, you gotta show me that you're interested. You know, he's asking, do you think I like you? You need to show me. Pick up the phone. Let me hear your voice. I mean, that's what grown women like. That's what women need. We need to converse. We need to have long conversations and talk about stuff. How in the fuck else are we gonna get to know you? Text messages are not a lot of information. Meeting with you on a date once a week is not enough. Like, I need to talk to you. I need to see what your value system is, what your belief system is. I need to see where your head is at. Like, so kudos to Alexis. And ladies, we need to be more like Alexis because she let it be known. He made it seem like it was the Alexis show, but what he's not used to is a woman saying what she wants and what she will accept. He's not used to a woman having her shit together. Like, this is the way I want things to go. Now, it could be a downfall. I mean, but if you know what direction you want, then why waste somebody's time? But in that next breath, her putting all that out up front, did that scare him away? I don't know. You guys let me know down below in the comments. I personally prefer her method of putting it out front. This is what I want. This is what I expect. And I would want that from that person as well, or from the person that's courting me as well, so that there's no misunderstanding, that there's a line drawn in the sand. Y'all let me know down below in the comments. Matter of fact, tell me, what is the one thing that's your pet peeve in a relationship? For me, being a man of your word, and if something doesn't occur, then hey, this is what's happening, or I need to give you an update. I shouldn't be chasing after you. Evidently, I went through something today, okay? Let me pull up. So now we see Mario and Reba on a date. Now here's the thing. Mario is the only one that I have seen consistently going on dates. When he meets these women, he is actually going to like restaurants or venues to actually do something with them. He's not inviting them to the house. He ain't asking to go to their house, not yet anyway. So every time we see him, he's on an actual date, and this time he's with Reba. And they have a conversation, and again, here's Reba coming with the tough questions. There's Tandy and there's me. And I know that there are reasons that you like us both. What is separating the two of us? He pretty much lets her know that the difference between her and Tandy is the fact that she is aloof, really more guarded, like she has that wall up, she's not letting him in, that he needs to know that she's interested. And Tandy is very vocal, where Reba is very cautious at what she's doing. His words, not mine, because honestly, with your legs wrapped around somebody in the pool, honey, you should have opened up, because them legs was opened up in that little bikini. I told y'all last week, that little bikini pushed to the side. Hold up. Okay, so like I said, you can do what you want. I'm not judging you, because there's been a time or two in my life that I've been a little, you know, sexually liberated really quickly. Okay, I'm not passing judgment on anybody. I'm just saying that she's very cautious and she agreed to it. But if you're so cautious, then those legs wrapped around you, around him, doesn't read that way. And maybe she's cautious with her emotions and not with her vagina. Maybe she has a friendly vagina. Honey, listen, I know about friendly vaginas, okay? There was a time or two in my life. Whatever. She did share about her previous fiance and how she walked away from that possible marriage because he was insecure. Why you gotta be so insecure? Yeah, okay, like, she was like, it was too much. And I'm gonna just say this right now. I hate Reva's lace front. I mean, it's really pretty, but I don't know. Listen, I'm not talking about the sister, because I wear wigs. Matter of fact, the next time I come on here, I'll probably have a wig on. I'm just saying that the way the camera is situated is not friendly to her right now. Not even in the confessionals with her makeup. It looks like it's too light, but it's probably the lights. And because we have more melanin than most people, they're not adjusting the lights for her skin tone. Then we see Kimber. She invites Carrie for drinks. Okay, so she wants to see what her options are since things went so south with Jimmy. First off, I don't think Kimber and Carrie would work out. That 20-year gap or whatever, however many years that is, they see things differently. And as you see them speaking and sitting there talking, first things first, she's like, do you want some chips and salsa? Which is great. She's showing that she is hospitable. But brother man is like, you got some ground beef, some cheese, he's looking for a meal. And she's clear like, hold on, this is just salsa and chips and drinks. The big difference between a woman who's inviting you over for, let's say you came to my house and I was inviting you over for chips and salsa, I wouldn't just have chips and salsa. Now I might have chips and salsa, but we are clear that it's only appetizers. But there would be other things like a pinwheel or, I don't know, some fruit. But there would be something other than just chips and salsa and liquor, because you're going to get fucked up with no food on your stomach. I digress. I like how Carrie was honest with her, and he's saying like, you're not taking me off the bench. You already have a star player. You've made it known, and I'm nobody's second fiddle. I am not an option because something else isn't working out. I really read that as Carrie isn't interested in Kimber. Like, you cool, I see you like a little sister really, but I'm not with this. I don't like, you and I won't really mesh together. I know y'all see Kerry as salesman-ish, but I see him as mature, able to articulate what he wants, and can go after it. I mean, he is putting his best foot forward. He's saying all the things that we want to hear. For instance, I need to have a conversation. All this text messaging is not enough. It should be a filler for our conversations. Like, I was like, yeah, Kerry, yeah. But I could see it, and she was like, he needs to loosen up. He needs to relax. He's too serious. He's too mature for her. It is what it is. Well, we see Brent and Alexis. They meet at the perfume oil bar where you make your own perfume. And pretty much Brent thinks that the date went well. Alexis is like, he's too mysterious. He's too aloof. He is not giving me enough information. He is not the man for me. Like, that is point blank. She was like, it took you long enough. And he already said he likes to fill things out and take things slow. But honestly, for him not to like an aggressive or an assertive woman, he needs one or is used to women throwing themselves at him so that he doesn't have to, like they're coming after him, even though, you know, I like to take things slow. You know how that go, child. Let me tell you something. Take it as slow as you want to. These women is going to go on and exit stage left because you ain't showing enough interest. I'm with Alexis. You got to show me that you want. Show me. No, that's the wrong song. Tell me what you want. There it is. Tell me what you need. Ooh. Tell me if it ain't good enough for you, babe. Listen, I can't sing. Never said I could, but I like to sing. And I'm with her. I need to know. Okay, you can't just vocalize it. You got to put action behind those words. Because you could tell me a million times how beautiful I am, how much you enjoy my company, like you like talking to me, you think I'm brilliant and all this shit. But you ain't calling, you ain't trying to see me, you're not trying to connect on a different level. Your actions don't match, that means you telling me a story. And honey, I'm way past children's stories, okay? I'm way past make-believe, believe in the Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, and the Easter Bunny, okay? So, hello. Action behind them words. Okay, so listen. You've got Ashima and Darin, who are damn near a couple already, okay? Anytime Darin is like between a first date and Darin and Ashima, using them as a guide, as like the highest level of connection, you're already in a relationship, okay? So they'll probably make it to the end because they're already coupled up. I don't know how that works. You guys let me know down below in the comment what you think about that. But they are double dating with Alexis and Kerry. And Alexis likes the fact that Kerry listens, because that's what a grown ass man is going to do. If I tell you in casual conversation that I haven't been bowling in a while and I like to do it, and for you to take initiative to take me bowling is big. Means you listen. That means you care about me, about my well-being, about my likes and wants. You want to see me happy. You want to make sure that I'm enjoying myself. That speaks volumes about his character and how he would probably be in a relationship. And to me, it shows that he is ready to love because he's considering someone other than himself. But what do I know? Okay, that's my favorite thing to say. What do I know? Alexis seems like she is enjoying his company. Now, there is a little bit of apprehension in the back of her mind. Though she enjoys him, she's not fully letting herself go because she is still into London. You know what I'm saying? You have to start figuring out where your eggs should be, and so that's what she's doing. We already see that Jimmy is out, but she's kind of feeling Kerry. Darin is a little concerned because he sees Alexis is kikiing and ha-ha with several men. It's not her fault that they are attracted to her je ne sais quoi, to her energy, that she's pulling them in. It is not her fault. Okay, so here we go. Jimmy and Kimber. Neither of them know how to effectively communicate. Like, I could stop right there. I don't have to say nothing else about the two of them. Neither of them can effectively communicate with one another. Like, it's one of those relationships that would be passionate but toxic because all they would be doing is arguing and fucking. Arguing and then having sex to make up because it's such a toxic relationship. But they can't even get there because right now they really speaking the same language, but neither of them is listening to the other. Like, I gotta talk over the other one. Here we go. So they get together and he said, you know, I really want you to forgive me. God forgives Jimmy. What in the entire fuck? You are not ready to love. Kimber, who says that? You should have a forgiving heart too. I mean, I don't know what your spiritual belief is, but anybody that has any type of spirituality, I don't care what it is, understands the basics of forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't necessarily for the other person, but more for you to relinquish them, okay? They have power over you as long as you're upset with them. So forgiveness releases you from that entanglement. Y'all better catch that while I'm throwing it, because if you need to forgive somebody, you better do it quickly, because right now they got a hold of something's got a hold of you. Nope, wrong song. Whatever. Anyway, you hear him apologize, and he apologizes for not communicating effectively. But for some reason, that was not acceptable for Kimber. For some reason, she needed to hear it a specific way. He was right about that. I apologize, but not the way that Kimber would have me to apologize, in the Kimber manner. I'm going to give him that. Now, y'all can disagree with me, and you can do it down below in the comments. And I actually saw him just like retreat a little bit because she did just want to argue because she wanted it. I don't know what she wanted. And they just went back and forth and things got worse and worse and worse. And then Jimmy, of course, took the immature route and did take a dig on her as a realtor. He's also a realtor. You know, well, don't try and close on me. Well, you open me, then I'm letting you go. At least that's how she took it. Is that how y'all took it? Like, what I know more than anything else is neither one of them got their point across. And when she said, I was like, I know you lying. And honestly, she did perpetuate the cycle of the black woman being loud, having an attitude, and unable to communicate effectively. Now, I don't agree with any of that. I do understand where the passion comes from. I do understand why your voice elevates, because I am a black woman. I have been in that space. When things get heated, you do go higher and higher in octaves. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, as adults who are ready to love, we have to learn how to disagree in a respectful manner. And nothing about that interaction was respectful. Y'all can disagree with me, but you know where I want you to do it, down below in the comments. You know I look forward to your comments, and I try and reply to each and every last one of them. As he walks away, he says, women carry so much baggage. I was like, shut the hell up. Because you got a lot of baggage your own damn self. And you need to, who is it that which one of y'all always said, I think it's Keisha. She always says they need counseling. I mean, I say it too, but not on this. I say it on other stuff. But Jimmy and Kimber both need to go seek some counseling, okay? So we see Tandy and Mario. Listen, he likes her. He is into her. She walks in with that red jumpsuit on, and I'm all like, Tandy, bitch, you better show them what you working with. You better show them what it looks like. I love your look, and so does Mario. Not only that, this is an intimate setting. You know what I'm saying? You guys are talking intimately with the fire going. You know, things are good. And you begin to have a conversation. Off the top, he says to her that he hopes it's all yours, meaning him. I hope that you see me and want me as much as I want you. I was like, if he ain't setting intentions, if he ain't making his intentions known, I don't know who is. I also want to say, finally, there's an appropriate kiss, like in the right moment, except it still was a little awkward because it was across the table, but they had to figure out how to do it. He wasn't letting it go. She liked it. She was like, I needed to calm myself down. Like, yes. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Tandy girl. I'm really rooting for you to find love. I really want you to be happy in a successful relationship. Is this it? Girl, let me know, girl. Hit me in my DMs, girl. Let me know. Okay. It's about to be a girl fight. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. This shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. We're back at the wine bar. And Tommy wastes no time and goes right in and talks to Kimber. She says that she wanted him to apologize and that he didn't. Well, we saw that he did. She just overtalked him. He did not apologize in the manner that she wanted him to, right? He didn't expound on it appropriately in her sight. And then, of course, he took a dig at her profession, and that's where he went wrong. They both needed to just calm down. Now, remember, Jimmy did say he don't do all that arguing. And it's okay not to argue, but in that kind of relationship, you got to let one person has to bow, not bow down, but definitely take a back seat and wait until the appropriate time to express themselves. You can't have two hot heads at the same time, because you're going to be like, rah, 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 which is exactly what they did. Alexis chimes in and says that he's immature, all the while Kimber's like he's a clown. And I'm all like, that's a little harsh. Okay, he's got some work that he needs to do, and he is going to make someone a great spouse, just like you got some work to do, Kimber, and you will eventually make someone a great spouse. Because I really think the next episode, you'll be gone. Like, you don't have any connections with anybody. Oh, I think I'm getting beside myself, but I see you talking to Brent, but I really feel like you're going to be going home. Anyway, let's go. Tommy then averts his attention to Reba, and she starts to talk about Mario and that they had their first date, that it was light and fun, and that they vibe. Like, that was pretty much the entire thing. And here comes Tandy. And the thing about these two women, they aren't pissing on one another. But Tandy did say, hey, I had a great experience. He matches my fly. And he's a great kisser. I mean, that's enough. And so Reba automatically goes into competition mode. Okay, well, that just makes me want to fight harder. Like, I'm not afraid of this. I just need to fight harder. I just need to come stronger. Now, my question to you is, when is a good time to bow out? When do you bow out and concede that this isn't for me? Never? When he chooses and she accepts. And right now, that's what it's looking like between Mario and Tandy. Like, he's chosen and she's accepted. And I don't want Reba to go out here and misrepresent herself and be looking foolish over a man that doesn't want her. Like, how many of you have ever done that in your lifetime? How many of you have seen the signs and ignored them? Let's call a spade a spade. Okay? Ashima and Darin, they in a relationship, pretty much is what she says. Kimber on Carrie. She said that he's too fit. She feels he's too serious and wants him to relax some. Like, put a t-shirt on and some jeans and some tennis shoes, that he ain't got to have roach stompers on all the time. That tells you right there that she is young. Not only that, Tommy called her out. So first, Jimmy is too immature, and now Kerry is too mature. And she's like, you gotta find a good balance between the two. All right, girl, maybe you also need to consider more of what you want. Then Alexis chimes in on Kerry, and she says, I had a blast. He could be a comedian. Now, if she liked them corny jokes, so be it. She did chuckle at the whatever. I'm looking at it from 50,000 feet. She likes his corny self, whatever. But he did show her a different side of himself. I did not check his shoes, but he probably did have on some, like, soft bottom Stacey Adams or something. You know, he might have had on some tennis shoes. She didn't say that. But she said, I'm enjoying him and I think that he gets to stay. Like, I like him. Alexis on Brent. She says he is not aggressive enough. He's not assertive enough. Same thing that we've been saying when they was meeting, right? He's not assertive enough, and I need to know that you want me. Action. Lights, camera, action. And go. Like, Divine agrees and says that he's actually too reserved. And then we start talking about London. Divine talks about her date with London, how they had the chocolate covered strawberries, and the two ladies are really having a pissing contest. It's about to be a girl fight. Because you got Alexis saying, I talk to him every morning and every night and all through the day. And Divine is like repeating it like, well, he must got 25 hours in a day. Listen, nobody is on the phone with nobody that long. He is probably giving you guys each an hour, you know, hands down. Okay, 30 minutes at night and in the morning, and 30 minutes at night and in the morning. Y'all got real jobs. He can't just be sitting around talking to y'all all day. Like, I'm confused if he is, but I doubt that that's something that he's able to do. So he's managing his time effectively between the ladies. And Divine makes mention that he says that she's it. Alexis is all like, nah, that's not what he told me. What he said was that he did not, and he said he would not choose, is what she said that he's telling her. And you know, Divine has receipts. He said it on camera. That's where he messes up. He said it twice on camera. And then in the confessionals, we see that he gets nervous about the things that he says. Like, you know. But you know, Alexis is all like, he's still my number one. And I'm going to let her have her moment. But it ain't going to last that long. This pissing contest, like, listen. Again, when is the appropriate time to say, okay, I concede. I bow out. You win. Like, or do you never and you just get your feelings hurt like you've been doing? If you take a look at Alexis's face, she is extremely uncomfortable with all the gushing and the accolades that the other ladies are giving her because of the connection that London and Divine have. Like, they don't see that between her and Alexis, but they see it between London and Divine. Well, I'm going to just say this. Alexis, you already had your one-on-one date. You had your date before Divine did, and I hope she didn't give up the cookies, especially since he's unsure. Because Reba was like, well, until he's sure he chooses me, he ain't gonna never feel these lips. Well, you gonna be out, because that's what he's looking for. He wants to see if there's some type of chemistry, some sparks that go between the two of you. Well, the three that's in the bottom are Brent, Kerry, and Jimmy. You could have called that if you wanted to. All the way through it, we saw what it was because of the interactions that these three men had with the women, okay? Reba had the task of talking to Brent, Ashima to Kerry, and Divine to Jimmy. Let's get the easy ones out the way. Ashima and Kerry. Poor Kerry, he keep being in this bottom. I want him to get out of the bottom and I want the women to see his value and what he's really worth. And I know y'all say he's like a salesman, and it's a turn off to you, but I don't get that vibe. I get mature, I get knowing what he wants and saying it, and it might sound a little slick and slimy. Might sound a little pitchy, but he is telling you what he has to offer. And she pretty much tells him, listen, the ladies say you're too mature. They need you to relax. Put on a t-shirt and some shorts and some tennis shoes. Let us see you as, more Samuel L. and not Billy D. Okay? Yeah, because he is suave like Billy D. He is very suave like that. Reba and Brent. Reba pretty much says, hey, listen, the ladies think you're too mysterious. They don't know nothing about you. You aren't assertive enough. We get, that you cool daddy and laid back and stuff, but that ain't working. We need you to put your best foot forward because you ain't got no connections with nobody. Okay? And he did say something I thought was funny when he was with Alexis. I was watching all the court gestures around the queen. I was waiting for it to clear out. I was like, that's kind of cute. But it didn't work for Alexis. So back to this. He was like in his confessional, I've been on the top since day one. I don't know what changed. She told you what changed. You're not opening up. You're not seeking anyone. Listen, in a minute they're going to be like, do you even like us? Are we on your radar? So you got to step up. But we see some stepping up with you and Divine and with you and Kimber. I can't wait till next episode. Lastly, I'm actually proud of Jimmy and Divine and this interaction. He took it very well, but he has no fucking accountability. He just immediately went to, I'm sure it was Kimber, in his confessional. I'm sure it's Kimber, where she was probably my advocate before. She was down talking me this time, which there's some slight truth in that, but he still wasn't accountable for his behavior like she's not accountable for hers. Divine had said to him that the ladies felt like he was all over the place and that he didn't really have any good footing or bearing as to who he liked. But he did. It was Alexis and it was Kimber, and that's what it was from the beginning. So I don't think that was a true statement. I think he should have just left it at, I think Divine should have just left it at him possibly being immature, having some growth to do, learning to be accountable for the shit that he does, even when the other person is not. Like, that's huge, and that shows some serious maturity, that I can be accountable for my actions even when you aren't. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for watching my review of Ready to Love Season 2, episode unknown. I don't know, it's 5 or 6. Listen, if it's your first time visiting my channel, go ahead, click that red rectangular subscribe button, become a ray of sunshine, and since you're right there, right next to it is the notification bell. Click it as well so you're alerted of all of the videos I upload, or specifically the Ready to Love videos. I would prefer all of them, of course. But I can't tell you what to do, okay? I can just try and influence you. Like, look into my eyes. Crack me up. Somebody said something to me, and I found that was cute. Nonetheless, because you like me and I know it's real, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next video.